Templates have various settings preset to save time and improve consistency in our drawings. In this exercise, we will create a template file with basic settings such as the units drawing area, that is limits, line type, scale, snap, grid display, and others. Before we do that though, let's take a look at some of the pre-existing templates that are available to us in AutoCAD. And we can do that by starting a new drawing, typing in new. Will automatically open the Select Template dialog box to the template folder, which has a number of templates available. The template we've been using most is the acad.dwt template, which is located right here. Other templates that are available will show up in the preview window in the top right corner of this box as we single pick on them. Let's just open one of those. Here's the tutorial iArc template. Notice it opens in the D-Size Layout tab in Paperspace, which is where we lay out our drawings. You'll notice there's a border and title block. You'll also notice that there are layers established, quite a few of them. If I go to the Layer Property Manager, you can see the details of those layers. Other settings that are in this template are available by typing in status at the command line, and it will reveal to us what the limits are for our drawing, what the snap is set for, what the grid is set for. You can see those are currently a ½ an inch, and other information related to the status of this template file. We're going to create our own template file, so I will close out of this template and I will open up the layers drawing that we previously created. I'm going to erase that door and doorknob, but I will leave the layer settings that we established previously. I'm going to begin by setting the units at the command line, and I can type in units. I want my units to be architectural with a precision of a 1/16 of an inch. I'm also going to set my drawing limits by typing in limits at the command line. Now this drawing is going to go on a B-size sheet of paper, which is 11 by 17 inches, and the scale for this drawing is 1/4 of an inch equals a foot. Therefore the scale factor is 48. So my limits are going to be 0, 0 for the lower left corner and 68 feet, 44 feet for the upper right corner. I'll do a zoom all, Z enter, A enter, and then I'll go ahead and set my line type scale, my LTS, to be 1/2 of the scale factor. So 48 divided by 2 is 24. I'm also going to set my snap and my grid. I'll set my snap to be 6 inches, and I'll set my grid to be 1 foot. While I'm here, I want to change the grid behavior down in the bottom right corner to eliminate the adaptive grid and the display grid beyond limits by unchecking those boxes. I'll also set my major line for my grid spacing to be 4. I'll say OK, and we can see on the screen now that my grid display is limited to my drawing limits because I unchecked that box. And if I zoom in and zoom out a little, you can you can see that grid change shape to match my limits. And for me that is helpful because it shows me where my limits are, thus where I can create the drawing and stay within my drawing area or my limits. Next, I'll check the status by typing in status, and this should reveal the changes that I've made. For instance, my model limits, model space limits here are 68 feet by 44 feet. My snap is set to 6 inches. My grid is set to 1 foot. And the other settings here show up as well. Now I want to save this file as a template file. That is a .dwt file extension. And the T stands for template. So I'll go to File, Save As, and then I'll come down to the bottom of this dialog box and change the file type from a DWG to a DWT, a template file. As soon as I click on this, watch what happens to the location of my folders. The path changes automatically to this template folder, and I'm back in those templates that we chose from previously. This is where I'm going to save my template file. I'll call it template. I'll hit save, and then I have the opportunity to type in a description. And I could say something like, this is a template file for architectural elevations with the scale of a 1/4 inch equals 1 foot, or whatever you wanted to put in there. I'll say OK, and immediately my template file is saved. Now if I close out of all of my files that I have opened, and then I go back in and pretend that I'm starting a new day and I'm going to open a new file, and I can type in new or click on the new button, it immediately takes me to the Select Template dialog box. I can scroll for the template that I just created called Template. I can open it up, and look what happens. It immediately creates a new drawing. You can see at the top here, a new drawing, a new .dwg file extension, and I can begin modeling almost immediately because I have all of those settings already set up in my template file, such as my layers and my units, my limits, etc. So this is a basic template file. Other items that would be added to a template file include dimension styles, text styles, table styles, some layout tabs that include settings in paper space, such as my title block and my borders, and we can add those to this template file as we go.